Hello friends, so how are you? So today you are going to understand the zeros of polynomials. Okay, so till now you have clear understanding that at different values of the variable there might be different values of polynomial. Okay, so here we are going to discuss at what values of variable the whole equation, that is your polynomial, becomes 0. So we have given some values of your variables and we have to check whether your polynomial becomes 0 or not. To find out whether at x is equals to minus 1 upon 3 this whole polynomial becomes 0 or not, this much you have to find out. Okay, if the whole polynomial becomes 0 at that particular value, then your polynomial at that particular value will be called as zeros of polynomial. So put the values of variable x as minus 1 upon 3 at the place of x. So you will get 3 into minus 1 upon 3 plus 1. So 3 will be cancelled out because both are in multiplication only. So here you have minus 1 and plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 will be cancelled out and you have 0. Hence, yes, at x is equals to minus 1 upon 3, your whole polynomial, that is 3x plus 1, becomes 0. Hence, this is zeros of polynomial. That is at moving to your second question. So second question is 5x minus pi, and you have to check whether at the value of 4 upon 5 this polynomial becomes 0 or not. So just write at the place of your variable x the given value. So p at 4 upon 5, you will get 5 into 4 upon 5 minus pi. So pi 5 will be cancelled out. Now you have left only 4 minus pi. And pi have a definite value, that is 22 upon 7, and you can also know that pi can also be written as 3.14. So 4 minus 3.14. So whenever you minus 3.14 from 4, your values will always greater than 0. Hence this value, that is x is equals to 4 upon 5, this whole polynomial will not be considered as zeros of polynomial. Now moving to your third question, friends. So third question is in form of x square minus 1. So here two values of variable x is given, that is x is equals to 1 and x is equals to minus 1. And for the both value, you have to check whether this equation, this polynomial, becomes 0 of polynomial or not. That is, when you consider p at 1, your equation becomes x square minus 1, and that will be 1 minus 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. Hence, this is 0 of polynomial. When we put the variable as 1, your whole polynomial becomes zeros of polynomial. Now, at p at minus 1, you will get, at the place of x square, you will write minus 1 square and then minus 1. So minus 1 square is what? 1 only, because minus minus will be plus, and 1 minus 1 is also 0. Hence, at the both value of variable x, that is 1 and minus 1, your polynomial is considered as zeros of polynomials. So when we put both values at the place of variable, your polynomial becomes 0. I hope you understood this thing. Now moving to your fourth question. So fourth question is given as below, and here also you have to check at the two values of variable x whether this polynomial becomes 0 or not. So when we put x is equals to minus 1 in the equation, so this will become minus 1 plus 1 bracket, then 1 minus 1 minus 2. So in this bracket, minus 1 plus 1 will be cancelled out. So here you will get 0, and it is in multiplication with the other term, that is minus 3. So whenever you multiply 0 with any term, your answer will be 0 only. Now you will check at x is equals to 2. So you will get, at the place of variable x, you will write 2. So 2 plus 1 into 2 minus 2. So this will become 3 into 0, and 3 into 0 is 0 only. So both the values are zeros of polynomial when we put at the place of your variable x. So at x is equals to -1 and 2, we get your zeros of polynomial. That is, your polynomial becomes 0 at while we put these values in the equation. I hope you understood this thing. Now moving to your fifth question. So fifth question is given as, so it is very simple. So put at the place of x 0. So at the place of x you will put 0. So p0 becomes 0 square, and 0 square is 0 only. So yes, this value, that is variable x is equals to 0, while we put in the equation we will get zeros of polynomial. So we are just checking whether at these values your polynomial is zeros of polynomial or not. So in this question don't have fear by seeing L, X, M. So you don't have to do any extra thing, just put the values of variable as given below. So at the place of x you are given minus m upon L. So at the place of x you just written this thing, then m. Now both L will be cancelled out, right? Because whole equation is in multiplication only. So you will get minus m plus m, and both will be cancelled out because one is in minus, other was in plus. So plus minus minus. So you will get 0 only. Yes. So we can say that while putting at the place of x minus m upon L, we get zeros of polynomial. I hope you understood these things. Now moving to your seventh question. So here at the place of x you have to check whether minus 1 upon root 3 and 2 upon root 3, whether these values make your whole equation 0 or not. So at p minus 1 upon root 3 you will get, so just simply write the values at the place of variable x. So this will become 3 into, so this will become minus 1 square will be 1, and root 3 square will be 3 only. So 3 will be cancelled out. Now you will have 1 minus 1, and that will be 0 only. Here I will show you that if an equation that is given as a upon m to the power n, then this will consider as a to the power n also upon m to the power n also, and that is how minus 1 to the whole square becomes 1, and root 3 square will become 3 only. Now we are checking polynomial at 2 upon root 3. As you know the above identity. So I hope you are getting. So 3 is greater than 0. So p at minus 1 upon root 3 is zeros of polynomial, while p at 2 upon root 3 is not a zero of polynomial. I hope this much you understood. Now moving to your last question. Here you have to check your equation at x is equals to 1 upon 2. Then you will get, at the place of x you will write 2, then plus, so 2 will be cancelled out, and this will be 1 plus 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, that is not 0. Hence this equation, this polynomial is not zeros of polynomial. I hope you understood this thing. So you will write like this in your examination. Okay, I hope you understood these things. We will meet again with your next question from this exercise.